So Briley is a 5th grade student here at South Conway Elementary, and he's been with us ever since he was in preschool. He is one of our top scoring GT students, and he's been served in our gifted and talented program since he was in 3rd grade. He also takes on some leadership roles within the school. He's on some of our clubs and our committees and does a lot and active in our building. So Briley is a child who could be defined by his circumstances, but he has overcome that. So Briley came to us as a preschooler when he had been recently adopted. So when his adoptive family took him, they were zoned here, and so he came to us at South Conway. When he arrived to us, he had some social emotional needs to overcome, and so he was put in one of our preschool mentor programs. Right after being adopted, his adoptive mom was diagnosed with leukemia. So right when life should have gotten easier for him, he kind of got hit with that. So, you know, people, when things like that happen, could let that define who they are, and he didn't let that happen. He has exceeded every academic expectation that we have for him. You wouldn't know, looking at him, that he's dealing with all of that at home, the uncertainties. He is one of the most respectful students that I have taught. I had the joy of having Briley 2 years ago, and his mom actually got very sick the year that I had him, and so we would get phone calls that say, hey, mom's not gonna be home tonight, you're gonna go somewhere else, and he just never knew where. And it didn't shake him. He persevered through it all. His academics never wavered, who he is as a person never wavered, and you just would never look at him and know that he's struggling with all of that. He is an all-star kid here at school. Not only did I get the joy of teaching him, he's actually in the same grade level as my daughter, and so they've been peers through school. Briley has received numerous awards here. He's been chosen as a life skill leader every year by his peers, and so that's those kids who exemplify just those good human qualities, and he's chosen every year by his peers to receive one of those. He does the morning show for us and safety patrol and those things to be a leader to the younger students in the building. But just in his behavior alone, I think he's a great leader to his peers. He responds respectfully to adults. He has that uplifting personality, and I think not only academically do other students see him as a leader and goals they could strive for, but behaviorally as well. He's just an all-star kid. I think if you ask any student in this building to define Briley, they would never mention his circumstance. You would never hear that Briley wears the weight of that. And I think when you're dealt with so much grief and hardship at such a young age, that would be hard for us as adults to wear every day and still succeed. And you don't look at Briley and see that. And so I think if he, at 10 years old, can be successful and be positive and still be that person for his peers with all of that going on, I think that's the definition of extraordinary.